It's been a while, so I thought I should share with you what's going on in my life lately. It's been such a while that I put away the tripod, and this angle is not quite how I like it. So I've been reading this book called The Liver and Gallbladder Miracle Cleanse by Andreas Moritz. And it's a 6-day cleanse, and you drink lots of apple juice or maltic acid, and then you're going to take Epsom salt, and then you're going to take a combination of grapefruit juice and olive oil, and then you're going to shake it up really good, and then it cleanses when you take that much olive oil, half a cup, your body is going to produce a lot of bile, and when it does, it causes you to flush out the gallstones surrounding your gallbladder and in your liver. And apparently, when we eat, our standard American diet is even if you don't eat terribly, if we don't eat a lot of bitter food, the bitter food is what usually causes our fat to dissipate into our body, and we don't eat a lot of bitter foods. So when we don't eat a lot of bitter foods, there is a buildup of cholesterol stuff that turns into gallstones, and it kind of stays in our liver and it kind of clogs it up. And so what the Epsom salt does is it kind of widens everything and loosens everything up from your bowel movements to your pathways. And then when you take the combination, so that the apple juice softens everything up, the Epsom salt widens everything and loosens everything, and then the final day, the cleanse of the olive oil and the grapefruit juice causes everything to get flushed out, because you're producing such a large amount of bile, and the bile is very slimy and oily, so then it makes the exit of your gallstones not painful. So I'm looking this book over. I bought a lot of unfiltered apple juice. I have the grapefruit. It's a little scary because I've never done it before, but I am an adrenal type, meaning I like to eat fatty foods and salty foods and things like that. If you're more like a thyroid type, you may like caffeine, chocolate, sugary stuff, carbs, and so I'm reading this book at all the disclaimers and stuff to make sure I'm okay to do this. It's a little scary, but I'm excited. I think it'll be good. And some of our gallstones are even calcified, which means they'll sink to the bottom of the toilet, and mostly is cholesterol, and so it'll like rise in the toilet. It'll float in the toilet. And when I talked to one of the doctors, so there's different philosophies on it. Obviously there's Eastern medicine and Western medicine, and one of the Western medicine doctors, she was like, I think when you do the gallbladder cleanse, it just changes the consistency of your poop, and so when it does, it looks like gallstones, but it's not. And then the other school of thought is, well, we do have a lot of gallstones in our liver, in our gallbladder, and so when we widen everything out and flush it out, then it's not painful and it's good, and you'll feel better, you'll feel lighter. So I'll test it out. I'll let you know what I think. I have a natural medicine doctor. He's done it. He recommends it. And this doctor, this person, Andreas Moritz, he recommends that you do this every month until you don't see any more gallstones in your bowel movements. So that means you can do this 7 times, and then after the 7 times you're like, oh, I think I cleared out on my liver and stuff like that. And I think it's, when we do like this preventative maintenance, or if we look at our diet and we see we're not eating a lot of bitter foods, and so that's not helping us get rid of this fat instead of accumulating as gallstones, then is probably something to look into, to read about, to see, okay, how does this benefit? What are the testimonials? What have people done? Things like that. And then you can determine, okay, is this for you? Because my dad almost lost his gallbladder. And if he's more predisposed to losing his gallbladder, then as me with the same genes, also an adrenal type like him, you know, I have to pay attention, I have to be careful. You know, my dad is, he has what is called thalassemia minor, which means he has one less beta, so he produces slightly less blood. So, you know, it's things for me to consider and take a genetic test to see if I have those things as well. But exciting stuff. So check out the book, The Liver and the Gallbladder Miracle Cleanse. It was like $10 on Amazon by Andreas Moritz. You can check out his YouTube video. You can read testimonials. You can see what other people think. You can, you know, determine if this is something you're interested in doing to save your gallbladder or just preventative maintenance. I think it's always good when we do like a detox, a cleanse, you know, a coffee enema or enema, you know, any of that kind of stuff to just keep our body clear. The older we get, the more buildup there is. There's sludge, there's toxins, there's stuff stored in our fat. Like when I was doing, like I'm currently on a keto, vegan, plant-based diet, and so I noticed that there's a lot of resistance to me losing this fat because I have so much toxin stored up in my fat, my belly fat. So the first few days was great, you know, you lose a lot of water, and I lost a lot of weight, and then it just kind of stalled. And so when I went to talk to my natural medicine doctor, he's like, oh yeah, you have all these toxins stored in your fat, and so we need to take some activated bamboo charcoal, you know, which is called Takasumi powder. And so I drank that, and so I noticed that, okay, so then the weight starts coming off again because your body is storing all this stuff as a safety precaution. And so, so, you know, see a good natural medicine doctor. Mine is called, he's in the Dallas area. His name is Dr. Lewis Cohn of the Nutritional Healing Center of Dallas. And he's done this gallbladder and liver cleanse before, so he really got a lot out of it, and he recommended, especially if you notice you have a lot of like gallbladder, liver, digestion issues, detoxing and stuff like that, like you have a lot of hang-ups with it, then you probably have an issue. And if you like fatty foods and salty foods like me, more than likely, you know, you don't eat a lot of bitter greens, a lot of bitter melon, you know, my parents used to eat that a lot, and so that's very good. You know, it helps with any diabetic stuff, hypertension. Apparently, also helps with cleaning your gallbladder. In the American diet, we just like salty, and we just like fatty, we like sugary, but we don't do anything when it comes to bitter. Like we don't intentionally put bitter food into our diet, and apparently it's there's a reason why we can taste bitter, taste sour, taste sweet, taste salty, taste fatty, taste umami, right? So we need to incorporate bitter food back into our diet. Mustard greens, bitter melon, things like that. So here's to you living a soul elevated life. I'm going to start a 30-day vegan challenge if you're interested in trying out the vegan diet for 30 days. I'm calling it Vegancember. So hopefully you'll join me, and I'll reach out to you and see if you're interested in learning more about this challenge. Sending you lots and lots and lots of love. See you soon.